Hi guys, in this video I'm going to discuss some of the interesting facts or matters that has been considered by the people, those who purchases Apple products. Okay, I'm sharing this review or, for example, this video or opinions on basis of my perspective or basis of my user experience as a first-time MacBook user or first-time Apple user. I'm going to give you a detailed overview or a detailed, for example, at the the analysis which I would like to call about this Apple products or the brand itself. Okay, and the first and important factor is that we all know that above the cutting edge technologies, above the screen sizes, above the like processing unit, CPUs or GPUs or RAM, storage, whatever you say, above all these things, the first and important thing matters is that the brand. Okay, why people go for this? Just because of the brand, because of the advertising the Apple has been done for so many years, from the first iPhone or first Macintosh or first any other product that has been released by the Apple lineup. All these products have been marketed, or even entire Apple ecosystem or products has been marketed by telling the people that you are using a premium product, even though of course it's a premium product, however, but telling the people or injecting an idea that you are using some kind of a premium product, and the person which you hold or buy this smartphone or buy this laptop is also belongs to a premium category or a higher level category or a high profile, we can say like that. Whenever you take an iPhone or whenever you take a MacBook and get into an audience, whether it is a conference room, whether it is a small community, whether it is a peer group, at all the instances, definitely I will assure you that at least one guy or two guys may ask which model you're using, which iPhone you're using. Can I have your phone, please? That I just want to scroll through it. Anyway, you may get experience like that. Even if you are not an Apple user, of course, you will definitely try to check out what is this Apple. Okay, yeah. So that much of injection or that much of induction is already, or like for example, it's like more than a physical factor, it's a psychological factor. They play with the human brains. So that's the most important factor that you have to consider. The why people buy this, they just want to be like outperformed, like they want to be selective, they want to they don't want to go with that flock actually. So that is the main attractive thing, and the Apple products delivers, or the brand itself delivers. That's why people purchase this as a status symbol, that I'm not like, I do not belong to this category, I belong to a special category like that. Maybe of course people enjoys it, maybe some people feel that what is in this, what all these gimmicks. Excuse me. So people may consider like that. Okay, whatever the criticism is, but the people who enjoys all these products, they feel like that. So what else we can do? So this is the first important factor that you have to consider. Second matter is that even though I believe that in my experience or when I go through all this research, well, I found that Apple or their products not delivering the best in class performance all the time. For example, in 2026, it's a year for foldable phones. We have Samsung Galaxy Fold 8 or whatever, Xiaomi or Honor or Huawei, Motorola. All these companies are producing foldable smartphones or like latest cutting edge technologies. But we still have in Apple a 1080p screen or an, I believe, 2K screen, or I don't know the exact resolution of that screen. But it's still a small brick like any other smartphone. They are not going to change the smartphone by giving you a foldable device. I don't know, the upcoming series will maybe introduce a foldable device. But when you see, when the market has initially had an exposure to the foldable device, Apple is still using the old technologies. But what happens is that after 2-3 years, Apple also will indulge into this market. Maybe they also also release a foldable device. At that time, the matter is that you have to consider, even though they are pushing an altered technology to the latest device, but that latest device will be having the best in class performance till that date. Apple's foldable devices will be the best in class devices, and even though they release maybe 2-3 generations later. So I know it's quite weird, but people consider it. That's the matter. Even though if you release a latest technology, the current technology, after 5 years, if you get into an Apple, they believe that whatever the Apple do, they do with perfection. This is the second most important matter people consider, or the Apple genuinely pushes to their audience, to the customers. So when you produce some kind of technology, the user should get the premium or the best in class. So this is the important factor. The second factor, I believe, that Apple is providing to the customers. The third thing is that the user experience, or generally people used to say Apple ecosystem. If you're using Apple MacBook, if you're using an Apple, for example, iPhone or iPad or whatever, and if you are using any kind of a pair devices like earpods or whatever, if you, an Apple Home also there, if there is some kind of an ecosystem, that means what a minimum ecosystem means, like the sync between all these devices as flawless, like not like any other devices. For example, if you want to share one product, one file from iPhone to the MacBook Air, you don't want to be like consider, for example, purchase a hard disk or external hard disk. You have to copy the file into that, or you have to share the file through the cloud, upload it and download it, or share via, like, of course, definitely there are so many options there, but just through just 2 clicks, you can get the exact file same on the iPhone, from the iPhone to the iMac. A lot of options are there. So these kind of, like, for example, file transferring, syncing between all these devices, people enjoy this. And the ecosystem means basically, I would like to go for the software, the software experience from iPhone to Android. You don't feel you are using a different device. Maybe you may think that I'm on the same platform, but the features, the softwares, actually iOS and Macintosh, are highly like compatible each other. But when you go for example, an Android device and for example a Windows computer, you may definitely feel that you are using a different set of devices, different set of features. So that kind of psychological impact is also there. So the ecosystem which has been produced and built and used by the customers, that attracts most of the the buyers. That's one of the another important fact that you have to consider. And another important fact, the fourth point that I would like to share, is the reliability or the resale value, or its durability, I would like to say. If you go for a refurbished market, you can still find the Apple MacBooks that has been released in 2015, 2019, or 2018. All those sells for the product prices that you can actually price a new laptop or a new iPhone in 2000, not the new iPhone, new Android phone, for the same price. But still, those laptops or iPhones have been sold through so many online websites as refurbished Apple products. So, but the important factor is that there are n number of people there to purchase these refurbished products. So that is an important factor, because they believe that the Apple product, or they ensure that Apple itself ensure that once you purchase an Apple product, of course, it will guarantee maybe more than 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, maybe less than. Maybe there are people who use the same products for almost 10 years. Why? Because once a performance has been provided, that will be constant throughout its lifetime. It is not like any other device that it has wear and tear like that. But if you go for other devices, for example, other manufactured devices, of course, they will definitely give you some hiccups. But the Apple products, the performance or the delivery of all those performance, once you get in 2020, it is same in 2026. But when you go for a Windows laptop, when you go for another manufactured laptops, they show some hiccups. And highly premium end devices from Windows operating systems or Android devices may outperform, but when you come to the iOS or Macintosh, it go for more than, I believe, 5 to 6 generations. So still, the durability of that device is still there, and the brand value, as I said earlier, it constantly gives you, I believe, during the entire lifetime of that product itself. So this is a conclusion, and I would like to sum up all these things. These are the 4 major points that people consider, or Apple consider, while releasing their product, or the people consider for buying their product, and people like others envy on Apple. So that's all about Apple, and that's all about this video. I believe you found it very useful. If you found it, please stick on to us, stick on to my channel, okay, for more interesting videos. Thank you.